Senator Joanne Brown, corruption buster, is calling for him to be investigated. So we'll get on Tomorrow Land Trust Commission Administrator Jack Hattig here. Good morning, Jack.
Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Sabrina.
Good morning.
So we'll just kind of go over the details about this that have been reported as Senator Joanne Brown has issued a press release saying that you should be investigated for your role in, I guess what they're saying is making an illegal recommendation in a land trust agent's report. Land agent Lydia Taliu on February 18th told the CLTC board that the final version of her report recommended that a wife be allowed to take her husband's place in the land trust waiting list, a swap that is not allowed under the Land Trust Act. Living applicants are not allowed to switch places in line, according to a 2018 legal opinion by the Attorney General, which found repeated violations by the Land Trust. And so this land agent had told the board, Jack, that she felt like you coerced her into changing her report, which to me is concerning if true, because we have these classified employees in the government of Guam who are trying to do their job, and that's hard enough, but then having to deal allegedly, and we'll get your side of it, with just interference, whether it be political or what, we don't know, but I'm just curious to get the details, Jack. So I guess we'll start there. That allegation that this land agent had made to the board that you coerced her into changing her recommendation. How do you respond to that? And also, how do you respond to Senator Brown's release calling for an investigation into those activities?
Well, I don't have any response, first of all, to Senator Brown's call. I know that the chairman had established that he wants to give his report to the commission. So at this time, I'm going to wait for that report. I don't know what is the substance of that report, but I want to defer to the chairman on that situation right now.
The quote from the land agent, she told the board last month, "I did not want to do it, but I felt I had no choice because he, Hattig, forced me to add the request to transfer application rights, despite what the law says, despite the opinion of the former Attorney General." And then I guess you had responded by telling the board you took the report that was submitted and made the changes on there. Wait, are you saying that you're not going to respond to anything with this because it's under investigation, or is there anything at all that you can say just to kind of quell the public sentiment out here that, we're back to playing funny games at the Land Trust?
Well, out of respect to the chairman and what he established, I think we need to wait for that process. And he's going to make his report made to the board, from what I understand.
I guess so.
Can you just tell us, though, what exactly happened here from the beginning? Like, what was trying to be done?
Well, I think the official record of the minutes is going to bear that out. So once the Land Trust approves the minutes, then we'll have an opportunity to see, for the record, what the communications were made on that meeting.
At the CLTC board meeting.
Right.
Yeah, but Jack, on its surface, right? The law doesn't allow it, right? So why were you trying to push it through?
Well, I think I'm gonna go back to our legal counsel's comment about the goal. The goal really, what he commented about was not to push the Attorney General's opinion and try to push it through, but to try to come up with the solutions so that we could resolve some of those issues that it entailed.
So what does the law say in terms of, I guess, a transfer of application rights?
The law is silent in terms of that. I didn't see anything that forbade it or anything that said that you could do it.
I want to say that I feel like it said you can't transfer to living people, right? Is that?
If I'm seeing the rule, it says that it gives a process for when a person passes away.
Right. But so you're saying there's nothing about giving it to another living person,
I didn't see that specifically in the law.
right? But again, I just got to go back because I kind of covered this, guys, with this Barragata Heights thing, and this was a story that we broke here at KUAM, and it was fire. It was controversial. It led to a whole revamp and revision and reform of the Chamorro Land Trust rules and regs. That's why when I see something like this, I feel like, Jesus Christ, we just went in and changed all these things for what I felt like is the better. And on its surface, again, even though you're not really providing a lot of details, it kind of seems like we're right back to switching people in line, which was, what caused a lot of that controversy in the first place. Because there was a switch, I believe, with former Senator Regine Bisco Lee's mother had transferred her lease to the senator at the time. Or I don't think she was a senator then, but it was part of the story and everything was uncovered. And I want to say that because of the investigation into how the rules were being violated, they actually made her transfer it back to the mother. So we have this very similar situation here where you have a living applicant transferring to, the wife. So what were they trying to do here, Jack? Was someone trying to just move ahead in the line?
Well, I honestly, that particular case had some other information that was reported in January because we had entertained this particular constituent in January also. I don't recall off the top of my head exactly what was discussed, but I think the minutes are going to be available as soon as the trust approves January, which is next week.
How serious do you think the chairman should take this issue and this investigation?
I think the chairman is doing a fine job. I think he's doing what he needs to do at this point, and I know that he's putting his energy and effort into it. So you know that he's taking it seriously.
Did this have anything to do with the eligibility requirements, Jack? Was there someone who wasn't eligible, like maybe the husband, and then trying to transfer it to the wife, or?
I believe that may have been the case, yes.
And then, so at what point did you become involved in it? Were you contacted by either party?
Either party? Which either party?
The husband or the wife, or both?
No, I didn't have any contact at all with either party.
Do you know them personally, or?
No, I don't know them personally at all.
So how did you end up getting, allegedly coercing this land agent?
Well, I'm like I said, Miss Lydia, is able to make her comments, and she made her comments. And I think, like I said, once the transcript and the minutes are available, we can really see, because they'll be approved. Right now, they're still in draft form.
Has there been any other swaps of land, or whatever, this same situation? Because you said that you hadn't seen it in law. Has there been any other instances like this?
Well, other than what had occurred in the Attorney General's opinion, the cases that were identified, no.
Did you at any time alter any of the documents that were prepared by the land agent?
I believe I made a statement there, and that I put my recommendation in when we had a discussion.
And that's routine, Jack? You usually put recommendations into different land reports?
Well, it's a discussion between the land agent and the director. But again, I really must refer back to the chairman, and he's gathered some information again, and he's going to report back. So I don't want to make any further comment until he has an opportunity to make that report.
What about just from the public's point of view? We have, like I said, you got someone, a land agent, and then you're getting involved. How do we ensure the public that this whole process of this being looked into is going to be on the up and up, and that this classified employee is, not going to get thrown under the bus? Because we've seen it before.
I think that's what we're here to protect, and I think that's the chairman's. Again, we're going to hear from the chairman to see, because he had the opportunity to gather information.
Is this land agent still employed?
Yes, ma'am.
How long has this individual been working at the CLTC?
I know for quite some time. I don't know exactly how long.
Longer than you?
Yes, definitely.
How would you characterize the nature of your relationship with the land agents?
It's a good relationship. It's a good working relationship, and she continues to do great work for the trust. And I work with all the land agents equally.
Okay.
Anything else? Did you
Sounds
want to
like no.
continue
No,
on this?
we're at no further questions, Your Honor. We're not really getting anything here.
Yeah, we wanted really just to get you to come on to see if you wanted to, I guess, defend yourself, because this is pretty strongly worded
Yeah.
letter and request for investigation, basically calling out your integrity.
Yeah.
So
How do you respond to
Well,
the calling out of
thank you.
your integrity?
Thank you for the opportunity. And I think, like I said, I'm very curious to find out what the chairman, is going to report, and that'll be made to the commission.
And the next meeting, when is the next meeting of the CLTC?
The next meeting is scheduled for next week, Thursday, and I believe the media invite was already sent out with the link. And I believe I'm going to double check, but I know that I had requested for the agenda to be posted on our website and on the Attorney General's website as well.
Okay. Yeah, I might have saw it somewhere, but yeah, thanks, Jack, for coming on. Anything else going on with the CLTC that you wanted the community to know about?
Oh, I'm really glad to hear that we had the public hearing yesterday on Bill 36-36. And I think the legislature has marked it as duly heard, and so we hope that they'll consider some legislation that would help the trust gain some more revenue so that it could put it into its operations, and really also try to identify some money so that we can help our constituents with the survey of properties. So I think those are the main goals of the submerged lands leases. And coincidentally, the trust held public hearings on declaring the submerged lands for agricultural, aquacultural, and commercial use, really to answer that call, that we have some opportunity to gain some revenue using submerged lands, and we need to take a look at it and work together with the trust, the commission itself, to make that happen. So those are the really key things. And then, with the passage of Bill 35-112 or Public Law 35-112, the qualifications, we're really trying to answer the questions, because we have a lot of constituents that are on the list and didn't receive a lease, and they want the eligibility question to be answered. So we're waiting for written legal guidance from our legal counsel on how we can address those individuals.
Mm-hmm. You said submerged lands. Can you explain a little bit more about what that is?
There's a legal opinion, I think, also from the Attorney General that states that any submerged lands, and those are pretty much the lands closest to the water, are under the jurisdiction of the Chamorro Land Trust unless they've been reserved by another government of Guam entity or the federal government. So, submerged lands are primarily leases or licenses that the trust has with communications entities. And so that's really what they are.
Is there anything new with EPAL Point?
Well, the committee that was formed in, I believe it was January, by the commission is going to give a report. I believe the commission is going to meet again on the 25th of March. And at that time, that's when the report on Oka Point will be made.
Have you received any other new proposals?
No, not at this time. No.
Okay.
So did the governor talk to you about the letter Senator Brown had sent her about this whole
No,
incident?
not yet. I would imagine I'm probably going to get a call today, and yeah.
So I was just reading Senator Joanne Brown's letter again, and she talks about Chairman John Regis kind of being reluctant to label this an investigation. Would you agree? I mean, do you think that there are reasons we don't want to use the I word?
Well, you're gonna have to ask the chairman that. I really don't know. I mean, I really haven't had a chance to. I mean, obviously the chairman's report is going to be made to the commission, so I'll know when they know.
Right. And so the letter writes of the chairman's statements, an exploratory look into an instance of potential criminal forgery is simply not enough, and it's imperative that your administration take a hardline approach with an official investigation into the allegations brought forth by the land agent. So that's, I mean, pretty heavy allegations there. Jack, was there criminal forgery with this on your part?
I really don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a legal expert or a legal mind, but I really don't know, and that's why I really don't have a reaction to that.
I mean, but forgery, we all know what forgery is. So did you, like, do any writing on the document that would lead people to believe that there was forgery involved, or?
I honestly, I don't know. I mean, I really just, I don't know. I mean, I have to look at, I guess the legal definition of forgery. I really don't know.
Okay. Right on. What about illegal dumping on the land trust properties? I remember, again, we talked about this last time, Swamp Road.
Yes.
Where were we with that?
Well, we continue to make periodic inspection in the area, and we also inform the Guam Environmental Protection Agency if there's any suspected illegal dumping that's going on, so that they can do their investigation. We're not a law enforcement body or an investigative body, so we really don't have the capability of doing that. But we do work with the land, the occupier of the land, right, the lessee or the occupant, to make sure that they don't, do anything detrimental to the property. Obviously, there are some concerns about junk cars, and I think the mayor's council is doing a great job with the recycling and revolving fund to try to mitigate the situation. At the land trust, the commission is also trying to do something together with Global Recycling on a public improvement license that would help in that area too.
Right on. What else, Jack, in closing here, as we're against the top of the hour, what other issues are going to be brought before the board next week?
I know we have some more constituent issues and requests that the board is going to consider. And I think they wanted to separate the meetings for March. And so they're going to focus on constituent matters on the 18th. And then I believe the agenda is yet to be announced for the 25th. But I do believe it's commercial matters that are going to be discussed.
Commercial leases and all that?
I cannot anticipate that. I don't know whether we're going to issue any press releases at this time.
Okay. All right, Jack. Well, thanks for coming on. When we get this stuff, the best we can do is ask the questions, and your answer is, I don't know, and let it play out.
I very much appreciate the opportunity, Chris, and Viva Betnis and Viva Mes Chamorro.
There you go.
All right.
Thank you, Jack.
Thanks, Jack.
There you go, Jack Hattig. He's the director of the Chamorro Land Trust. So I guess we'll have to wait till next week. But again, just protecting the rights and abilities of these classified employees to do their job without undue influence or interference from directors or any other type of political people. It's kind of what we are about here on the link. So I'm curious. Maybe we'll get Senator Brown on next week. But this would fall under the jurisdiction of the Speaker, Therese Terlahi, who is the land committee chair, but I don't believe we've heard anything relative to this. I'll go back and check my email though. It's 8 o'clock. To our viewers on KUAM TV, thanks for jamming with us on this Fiesta Friday Biba Betness. There's a lot of great programming coming up on KUAM TV, and you can jump over to our Facebook Live feed. The Breeze 93.9, providing just one part of our multimedia attack weekday mornings here. So we are KUAM FM 93.9. I don't know why I use the word attack on the Breeze. KUAM TV land. My name's Chris.
I'm Sabrina.
Esta Anjos. We are back here on the link. It's 8:01 coming up. Senator Tello Tidegui. We'll also get Amanda Archbishop just canceled, Bree.
Who?
Archbishop Michael Burns.
Why?
Got a message from Tony Diaz that he's got a raspy, he's feeling pretty sick this morning, but we'll get him on next week. But he was excited to come on, I know, so we'll figure it out. It's 8:01. Again, the Archbishop and the Catholic Church had come out with this release that we'll talk a little bit